The markets, October 21, 2024. I have to preface this communication with my caveat emptor because I am not a financial advisor, and please do not utilize my information to make your financial decisions. Please consult your local financial advisor. What's happening in the market today? We've got a lot of things going on economically, politically, financially, just a whole lot going on. We're roughly 2 weeks away from a big decision that this country will have to make. Whichever way it goes, it's going to affect us all one way or the other. It's going to affect the markets. I'd mentioned in my previous videos that there have been some adjustments that I feel have been made to the market to hold it steady. You may say that's impossible, but I will tell you, based on my history, all things are possible. Have you noticed that the market has not had any steep downward trend over the last 45 days? Well, I don't think that is coincidental. I think that process is based on some determinant. I will not disclose what that determinant is, but you continue to watch the markets. There's been some rumors that bonds have been interesting to Wall Street. But the thing is it really interesting to Wall Street, or is there just separate circumstances that basically want you to believe that they're interesting to Wall Street? Bonds have just been bad investments for a long time. If you decide to go to bonds, definitely make sure you're doing your homework. There have been some hard hits on some stocks today, but it's still not enough to drive the markets down hard. Qualcomm's, some of your tech stocks have had minimized profit taking, but nothing that has driven the market down because for some odd reason, it's being held. It's sort of held in abeyance until some decision, whatever decision that is made. You have to be very careful in the stock market right now. Don't trust what you hear. Look at what you've gained or what you've lost. Decide whether or not you need to move forward or start to take some froth off the table. You're going to hear a lot of information that's going to continue to try to drive the market up until after November 4th. After November 4th, all bets are off the table. Use protection. Use orders that are limited and protect them. Make sure you're not trying to buy purchases or of stock overnight without some protection. Stock market, it's an interesting environment. It's controlled by factors and speed that the average, as they call it, retailers are unable to control. Yep, we've had a few isolated incidents, some kitty cat determination out of California a couple of years ago that kind of manipulated the market. But how do you really know what happened there? You only have to believe what you were told. That's all you have to evaluate. The market should have a mind of its own. It's supposed to be efficient. I think we're past all of that. I think we actually do know what's going on with the markets. We're just afraid to really make the remark. You don't have to believe or read anything into what I'm saying here and now, but there is some information I'm trying to provide you to make you think about what it is that actually does happen in the market. Why is it that the federal government propped up the market during Pandora? Or through I call it Pandora, but it was the pandemic. To me, it was an interesting box. But the whole consequence of that whole process and how the market was held up when it probably should have fell lower and then immediately was back up to where it was before it fell. I think they called it a V, and they were betting on it. There was just constant communication all over Wall Street about what they call a V-shaped recovery. Well, I think they pretty much accomplished that. It was somewhat of a wiry W, but eventually it got there. Do you not think that that process can happen again? It can. The only thing to remember is, will there be a decision made to prop up the market again? The market's a very interesting area in our world. There's money to be made. There's money that's lost. Choose your investments wisely. Dissect the word investments. Look at the word investment based on its modern definition. What happened 100 years ago, that was a different kind of world. This is 2024. Things are different. Philosophies have changed. Ideas are different. Think about it. You can't even trust your local mechanic to fix your car properly. You can't even go to a grocery store and feel comfortable that you're buying a loaf of bread that hasn't been sitting on the shelf for 3 months. You don't even receive interest, in my opinion, even though they say it's 0.001% to have your cash sit at somebody's bank for years on end, basically earning nothing. How do you really know when it comes to buying and selling stocks? The ask and the bid prices are what you're being told they are. Why is it with some companies you can punch a button and buy the same company at the same time and end up with a different bid or ask spread? Have so-called stocks really become free to purchase? Or is that money really being made through the spreads? These are the questions we want to ask nowadays when we take on any form of business activity, especially stocks. Enjoy your market day.